Oh my god. Just wait a minute. I just live stream for an hour, for an 1.5 hour, without knowing that my mic is turned off. I don't know why my mic is not basically working for an hour. Shit. Come on. I'm on a live. Hmm? I'm in a live or not? I think in YouTube I'm in live. Let's just see, but why I cannot see my live? Just yeah, I'm alive in touch. Can see that, but in YouTube, I don't know why I couldn't see that. Raimajan also in live. Yeah, I'm live now. Yeah. Sorry for that. I just I think now you can hear me and see me. I think now you can see me and hear me clearly. Do you? If you are, just please. I think now you can hear me clearly. I'm feeling ashamed because for 1.5 hours I'm streaming without without checking my mic is properly working or not. Oh my gosh. I hope I don't know. Oh my god. And I just made a silly mistake. But for 1.5 hours I just streaming without my without turning on my mic. Shit. Okay, alright. We just go through so many things there. Just basically just turn off my mind and I need to, but it's a basic stuff and I hope you can understand that while if you're reading this book you can understand that very easily. I didn't go through any pretty advanced stuff there, but still it's my mistake. Oh my god. Hmm. Okay, just wait a minute. I will come again. I will back in a minute. Totally. Ah, we cannot change the past, but we can change the future, right? So let's just do it. So this is a component type, can group okay, where is the OBS? Okay, now everything's fine, I think. I don't know why I cannot see the YouTube chat. This OBS thing is kind of uh, why I cannot see any chat here. I will back in a minute. Just wait. I will back in a minute. Uh, just a small job. Just wait a minute. I will come again. I will back in a minute. Uh, what's the problem? You know, we are fine. Yeah, now we are fine. I hope you can hear me clearly. Okay, let's just start. Okay, so we talked about this data types and Rust. Wrote these are the data types we just talked about. Okay, signed and unsigned, number literals, main function and addition. Okay, well, alright. And the another thing we just talked about is boolean and this character. Now compound types. So this is a new thing. Compound types can be grouped multiple values into one type. Rust have a two primitive compound types, tuple and array. Sorry for that. In my previous lab, I just mentioned that array and vector are same. Vectors are similar connection is a similar collection type provided by standard libraries in the course. It's kind of this one show just yeah, it's kind of like that, but those are different thing. I think so. What you need to understand what you need to understand is basically there's a true two primitive types component types in tuples. Just just wait a minute. Yeah, okay, there is a two type primitive component type. One is a tuple and another one is array. So what is tuple, what is array? Tuple is a general way of grouping together a number of values, the variety of types into a single component type. And it has a fixed length, once declared, they cannot grow or shrink. Just what they basically meaning that you can put multiple data types into a single component type, which is a tuple, and once you create it, it's going to be, it cannot grow and it cannot string. It's a fixed length type. Okay, variable bind to ensure tuple because tuple is a considered a single element. Okay, enter tuple to get an individual element of a tuple. This is this is to get an individual element of a tuple. We can use pattern matching. This is very important. Pattern matching do destructure a tuple values. So it's basically kind of like this to this and this to this and this to this. If you destructure it, it's going to be um, assigned accordingly with their positions, right? So this program first to create a tuple and file to the it uses pattern with the let. Pattern with the let. So to take this pattern matching, we will go through that in future detailing. So now for this, it's kind of assigning each value to the each variable. This is called destructuring because it brings the single tuple into a three part. Finally, the program prints the value of a y. Understand? So this thing, we can access tuple values by this thing as well. So what it's basically saying that you can just you can just get a value, index a tuple using this kind of method. Just tuple the variable tuple and put some I mean the dot and the number and the index. Okay, so the program will then access each element in the respectively. Most programming indexing in tuple is 0. Most the first index is in a tuple is 0. Okay, yeah, it is. This value is corresponding tuple. I think most programming language the index is 0, but in Lua it is not like that. In Lua it's not like that. In Lua the index is start from 1, not from 0. That is the another thing you need to understand. But most programming, the index is always start from 0. Tuple without any value has a special name called unit. Understand? This value and its corresponding type both return and represent an empty value or empty return type. Okay, expression implicitly return the unique value if they don't return any other values. Okay. Another way to have a collection of multiple values in with an array. Unlike Another value to have collection of another way to have a collection of multiple values in an array. With an array, unlike tuple, every element an array must be have some type. Okay, another way to have unlike in tuple, every element of an array must have the same type. Okay, it's basically saying that tuple have different type of data types in a single tuple, and every element in array must be the same type, which is most programming language do. Unlike an array in some other language, arrays in Rust have a fixed length. Okay, we write a value in array, comma separator. This is an array we are creating. This is a immutable array. Okay, arrays are useful when you want the data to allocate around stack. So this is very important thing. There is a major three different types of memory in a stack, heap, and the global. Static. It's not a global. It's a static. The same as other data we have seen so far, rather than a heap. Okay. Here, one of the important thing you need to keep in mind that just wait a minute, am I lagging? So the same as the other. So same as the other data, same as the other types we have seen so far, rather than the heap, which is basically meaning that we have seen so many data types: int, float, string, and tuple, and now array. All of them are going to be allocated in the heap memory, not in the all of them going to be allocated in a stack memory, not a heap memory. It's a very important thing you need to remember, because when allocation happen in the heap memory, it's going to be automatically whenever that variable is out of scope, the variable and the address address and the value going to be erased. It's a pretty one of the unique feature in Rust. So you don't need to worry about this dereferencing thing, where you need to manually deallocate the allocated memory. That's why Rust as a safe language. So we will discuss the same stack and the heap more. Yeah. When you want to ensure you always have a fixed number of elements, array is as flexible as watching us. Okay, let's just go through this function part. Okay, functions are prevalent, prevalent, prevalent in Rust code. You already seen one of the most important functions language called main function, which is the entry point of many program. Also seen, you can see here, you can see here, just that this is the main function, this is another function we are calling here. I think we just go through this before. So this is a parameter, this is a parameters, so which is basically, parameters is basically if you want some data to your function, you can mention as before. Here you can mention that. Which is basically, hey, if you call this function, you need to send some data to this function. That's the name of that variable is x, and the data type of that variable is i32. So this x thing is it's what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you need to create a variable x and then send it to this. What I'm saying is, whatever your data, whatever the data you send to this function going to be saved to this variable, and it's going to be i32 type. Makes sense, right? And so you can have multiple parameters. That's simple stuff. So this thing is kind of function bodies are made up of a series of statement optionally ending in an expression. So far the function we have covered have an include an ending. So far the ending expression, but you have seen an expression as a part of a statement. Okay, because Rust is an expression based language. Yeah, this is one of the thing you need to keep in mind when you are programming in Rust. Rust is everything in Rust is a expression. What I mean by that is, expression is basically meaning that it's going to be produce some value. That's it. Something like 1 plus 2, 2. So 1 plus 1, 2, 1 plus 2, 3. So that's going to that's just generate some value, right? But you can see your expression by, because Rust is an expression based language. It's important distinction to understand. Other language don't have the same distinction. So let's look at the what statement expression, how they differ of body. So here we have statements or instruction that perform some actions and do not